Well, good morning. We are at, it's unclear whether this is the Lost Dog Trailhead or the Lost Dog Wash Trailhead. We are going to the top of Sunrise Peak, which I was gonna say is that one you see in front of you, but I'm not completely sure. This is gonna be about 3 miles each way, with about 1,400 foot gain, I believe. So pretty easy. I have not done this in a while. Again, this is part of the summer hiking series in Phoenix. When I'm not doing any big trips, well, it's actually the fall, it's late September, but it's hot. It's like 95 degrees here in the morning. Just trying to give people a flavor for some of the easy local hikes in the area. So we are also in the McDowell Mountains, as we were for Tom's Thumb and Thompson Peak. Sorry. But yeah, this is so that one with the radio towers is Thompson Peak, which I also have a video, or will have a video of. It's not posted right now. Trying to spread these out, but this is a real tame hike. Get a little bit of gain up to a saddle, and then you have a steep little couple tenths of a mile to gain the summit at the end. But otherwise, I mean, you could be sprinting this thing. There's actually a water fountain at this trailhead. Yippee, but I brought water too. I came prepared. I have my vest on. I have a liter of water. So the water police out there will be happy that I'm carrying some water. But crossing the wash, this might be Lost Dog Wash. Maybe this is like Lost Dutchman. There was a dog that went missing in this area, and that's why it's named that. But I'm not really sure. So there's your view out over the valley. We've come up, I don't know, a couple hundred feet from the parking lot. Very, very gradual ascent. Like I said, this is almost all joggable. I mean, I'm not necessarily jogging at all, but you could if you wanted to. And so we have to wrap. It might be up here, it might be over there. We have to go to a saddle. I don't think the peak comes into view until you get up to that saddle. So we are probably like close to a mile in already, maybe like 8 or 9 tenths. So we only have like 2, maybe a little more to the summit. So just wanted to show you what the trail's like. You know, they're rocks, but I wouldn't call it rocky. I would say it's more of a dirt trail for sure. So seeing some other people, there's like probably 15 cars in the parking lot. I'm assuming they'll all go away by middle of the day as it gets hotter. So yeah, I think, well, I'm not sure. It could be that saddle. It could be up straight ahead and bending to the right. But we have to gain a saddle at some point, and then we see the peak, and then it's flat for a little bit. But then, like I mentioned, there's like a steep, I don't know, 200 or 300 foot climb in just a couple tenths of a mile to gain the summit. That's really the only trail segment that I would call steep on this hike. Everything else is incredibly gently graded. Trail gets a little rockier in some places. Aha, I think that's our summit, and this is the saddle that I'm talking about. Yes, so you hit this first saddle here, there's the summit. So we're gonna contour around here. You can see the trail, you know, go up some, and then you hit sort of an upper saddle, and then you just have that steep little couple hundred feet to the summit. So we're over halfway in mileage wise. Probably not quite elevation wise. We're probably up, I don't know, 600 or 700 feet, 600 feet if I had to guess. So we still have another, say 700. So, but probably less than that. We might be halfway up. We only have 600 left, say a gradual 2 or 250, and then another, maybe that's more like 300 up from the upper saddle. But anyway, this is pretty cruiser trail. You can see it starts to go up a little bit there at that switchback, but otherwise from here to that saddle is not that much different. We're only talking a couple hundred feet here of vert. So I'll get a picture here. I need a picture for the thumbnail, maybe this one. So I'll check in probably up at the upper saddle. All right, so we've hit our upper saddle here, which is sort of long and drawn out. This sign says it's 0.3 to the peak, but it's a little flat, and then we actually drop here. I just looked at the map. That actually is about 350 feet up. Actually a little more. So it's less than 400, but a little more than I thought. I thought it was just like a quick little 200 push up, but it's more like 350. So think of it like a mountain in Tempe, aka Hayden Butte. That's about your little climb here, and probably a similar steepness as well. So you can see it's flat here for whatever, 100 yards give or take, but then we're going to start to go up. We'll hit a junction there, which I think is the main Sunrise Trail. Of course, I don't know if I'm pointing the right place, but we'll just go straight up, in other words. So I don't know if you can see that on the video, the trail that's coming in, contouring from the left. So yeah, I won't record the whole way up. I don't need 6 minutes of video here or whatever it's going to take, but I'll get halfway up and then I'll record the rest of the way to the summit. It's a nice, you can see the trail coming up. There was our lower saddle there. That's a different trail. Actually, we came from the other side of that saddle. This is the 132nd Street one that you see. There's a bunch of ways to access this peak. The shortest way is from the Sunrise Peak Trailhead somewhere over here. I came from Lost Dog or Lost Dog Wash. You can also come from 132nd. There's probably many other ways to get to this peak. Pretty popular hike, I think. All right, so this trail goes to this is the Sunrise Trailhead. We just came basically on an extended saddle here, a little bit higher, and now we've hit the steep junction. So it's only 0.2 of a mile from here up to the peak, but we're gonna gain probably 300 plus feet, 300 to 350 feet. So I might as well just show you the whole thing. It's not like this will be a long video, but if you start at the Sunrise Peak Trailhead, that's only going to be about 2 miles to the top versus like 3 the way I'm doing it. I think the 132nd Street is similar. I think it's closer to 3 miles, but it might be a little less. It might be like 2.8, but don't quote me on that. So yeah, this is this last push is steep the whole way, if you can tell from the video here. I'll probably be burning by the end of this. Sort of some semblance of switchbacks, but it's rocky, as you can tell. I think we go this way. Still no snakes. We'll get a little bit of flat. Flash down. Another junction. Bang a right here. Switch back. Switch back. We're almost there. I think this is your summit block. So is it this or is it that? I say it's this. So summit, Sunrise Peak. 3 ways to access it off of Shea Boulevard. You can see Weaver's Needle out there in the soups. 4 peaks. Mount Ord. This isn't too long of a hike. If you're pushing it, I didn't look at the time. It probably took me 45 minutes to the top, if that. Probably less actually. And then the way down should be 30 or less, I would think. If you were really elite and pushing it, you could probably do it closer to 20. If you're just walking, shouldn't take more than 45 to an hour to get back 3 miles down. So they're doing quite a bit of construction over here, it looks like. I haven't seen any of this, but there's more complexes and stuff. So, all right, I'm not gonna film anymore, but this is Sunrise Peak in the south end of the McDowell Mountains. There's Thompson Peak and Camelback. All done. That was Sunrise Peak.